We have movement on Halloween Horror Nights 30. Annual pass holders can now legally dine in the Navigators Club, and more. You are listening to episode 411 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to another show. I am Lee. I am joined by Darren.
What's up, Internet?
And Chris.
Hey.
Tracy is not here and will not be here for the next 4 weeks. I've already told the guys, I'm not sure whether I'm legally allowed to say where she is at this moment, so I will keep it quiet. She's fine though, she's just doing other stuff. So stepping into her shoes is lovely Producers Club member, Shakira. Hey Shakira, I was going to call you Dumbledore, but I won't.
Hi, nice to meet everybody. Happy to be here.
Shakira's surname is Dumbo, so every time I see it, it just makes me think of Dumbledore. And
That's pretty dope.
I wasn't actually going to make that joke, but I couldn't resist it.
Somebody actually called me that yesterday online, so, you know, it happens more often than you think.
Was it Lee?
It wasn't me. There's worse people you could be called after, let's be honest.
This is very true.
Excellent. Right, well, Shakira, seeing as though you are here and you are replacing Tracy, there is something you need to get to before we get into everything else. Would you please tell us the Producers Club birthdays for the next 2 weeks, please?
I can. So on July 23rd, we have David Wilson. Happy birthday, David.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
On July 27th, we actually have birthday twins, although I'm sure they're probably not real life twins, but they're both July 27th. So we have Andrea Scullion.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And we have Matt Wyman. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yes.
You guys should check that out just to be sure. If you have birthdays on the same day, just make sure you're not twins.
Yeah. It's Matt the Lurker. Matt the Lurker. Happy birthday, Matt. Cool. Yes, let's speak about the Producer Club while we're here, because we are getting round to that time of year where we are renewing or asking new people in, because Shakira, you are a relatively new member of the Producers Club.
That's right. I am.
So if you want to be part of the cool kids, and it is the cool kids, you get, what do we get? A private Facebook group, there's extra bonus podcasts, which Shakira will be doing one later on, if you'll get to hear. What else? Chance to be on the show, obviously. Your birthday read out, and they will all be read out this year. I have them all in birthday order. And the big kick we're doing this year is extra fundraising for Give Kids the World. I know I've mentioned it the last couple of times. That extra fund at the moment, I think today hit $1,631,
Yes.
which is
Sweet.
awesome.
Very nice.
I am
Awesome.
so proud of everyone. So, of course, if you want to join, the email address is uuopproducers@gmail.com. That is a double P, uuopproducers@gmail.com. And we'll let you know what to do, basically. That's about it. There's not much else to say.
It's basically like a Universal Studios OnlyFans. So join us.
It's not a cult, though.
No, not a cult at all.
Cool. Right, let's move on. And we missed him 2 weeks ago, but Seth is back with Little Things.
Hi, this is Seth Kabursky, author of the Unofficial Guides. It's been about a month since the Universal Orlando Resort reopened, which means we've got lots of new little things to talk about. So let's dive right in. First of all, the annual pass holder perks that were offered when the park first reopened have now expired. So there's no longer a dedicated lane at the parking toll booths for annual pass holders, nor is there one in security or at the park turnstiles. However, attendance has been low enough lately that those aren't really needed. On the other hand, they have added a couple new Universal Annual Pass holder perks that you may want to take advantage of. Right now, a new pin celebrating the opening of the Bourne Stuntacular is available for free. You can pick that up, as usual, in the UUOP Lounge in Universal Studios Florida, or in the large store in Toon Lagoon over in Islands of Adventure. While we're talking about Islands of Adventure food, Circus McGurkus in Seuss Landing has now closed indefinitely. The pizzas that were sold over there have been moved over to Moose Juice Goose Juice, and Green Eggs and Ham is selling cheeseburgers. Another thing in Islands of Adventure that has unfortunately closed is the Marvel green screen photo op inside the store. across from The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. Spidey used to pose with guests at that green screen. Obviously, he's not doing that now for social distancing. For a short time, they were offering some special green screen photo ops, but now that location has closed entirely due to a lack of demand at this time. Construction on the new set of lockers outside the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey attraction has also stopped at the moment. It seems like that project has stalled out. However, another nearby construction project, the unannounced Velocicoaster in Jurassic Park, is still moving full speed ahead and was recently topped out with its highest point of track added and a Jurassic flag attached to the top. The American Express Cardholders Lounge, which is located across from the exit to Shrek 4D, was closed when I stopped by the other day. I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. Hopefully they're just doing some maintenance, as the sign on the door said, and that will reopen soon. Here's a little bit of good news for those of you who have purchased the Fuel Rod smartphone battery chargers that are available in kiosks around the resort and also at Walt Disney World. Due to a lawsuit, anyone who purchased those before October of last year is now eligible for a lifetime of free swaps. Instead of paying $3 like the kiosks at Universal charge. All you have to do is go online and provide proof of purchase to set up your account. If you go to touringplans.com, there's a blog post there that explains all the details. Heading outside of the dry theme parks, over at Volcano Bay, it looks like construction is progressing on a fix to the ending of the Punga Racers slides. Those slides were shut down and the endings of them torn out because of people hitting the landing a little too hard. Looks like they've extended those slides and removed the seating that was at the base of them. And hopefully those will be able to reopen to guests in the not-too-distant future. Over at the Royal Pacific Resort, a new grab-and-go quick-service food location has opened up in the lobby. It's called the Tuk Tuk Market, and it's sort of like a smaller version of the markets that we see at the Endless Summer Resort. In City Walk, the Cinemark movie theater has reopened with classic films. Right now you can see The Empire Strikes Back or another vintage flick from the 80s or 90s for only $5. Schedule for those shows may vary. Right now they're running Friday through Sundays, so check the Cinemark's website before heading over. And finally, as you are heading back to the car, you might notice a little bit of an upgrade in the Universal Orlando parking hub. The food kiosk there has recently added Voodoo Donuts and gourmet ice pops to their menu. So if you missed out getting a Voodoo Donut in City Walk, you've got one last chance to grab a box. And the small gift shop in the Central Hub is a great place if you are looking for 30th anniversary merchandise or Universal branded face masks. I've noticed that while they are sometimes out of stock inside the parks, they usually seem to have a supply there in the hub. Okay, that's going to do it for this week. I'm Seth Kabursky, author of The Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando, and I'm at the parks keeping an eye on all those little things for you.
Hey, what is a gourmet ice pop? What makes it gourmet?
Are they hippos? I bet you they're hippos. They're like the best ice pops in the world ever. Okay. They're like made with real fruit and everything, and they're actually good. They have like, fun flavors like hibiscus, watermelon, and things like that.
Okay. Interesting. Chris,
Yes.
I'm going to do what I always do now. I can't remember half the stuff that he's talked about now, and I was going to comment on all a million one things, and now it's all gone out my head.
Velocicoaster, your favorite name?
No,
Yes.
never.
The thing is a beast. It's gigantic.
Shakira,
Awesome.
Are you a coaster rider?
I am, except for the Hulk.
Okay.
I think I'm too old for it now. Like
I know
every time
that
I get
feeling.
off, I feel like I have to go in the traction. But other than that, I do like the coasters at Universal.
Yeah.
Does that look like something you would be happy riding then, or do you think it? Because it's more intense than I thought it was going to be, actually.
You know what? I'll give any coaster a try once.
Right.
It might only be once, and I might regret it afterwards. But I'll try it.
Because it does look. I think it's got about 3 or 4 inversions in it, and then there's a couple of like real tight sort of I don't know what you call them, switchbacks in it that look. There's one that looked like an inversion that isn't, that goes like real swift sword. I don't know what the hell you call. And it does look a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. And that top hat's pretty tall.
It is.
Oh, the water slides.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
It seems kind of strange why they didn't do it while it was closed.
Yeah.
I guess nobody was getting hurt while it was closed.
Well, obviously.
Maybe.
Like it's sitting there, it like sat there too long,
Yeah.
running or something.
Like Volcano
We didn't
Bay's,
turn the water on that one; it melted. Oh well.
like it's been open 2 years now. You think they would have figured it out that there was an issue with it?
I'm
Well,
just
they were doing like
imagining,
those like patchworks the whole way, right? And just adding a little extra platform at the bottom, and then just finally said, "Hey, we'll just screw it and finish the slide off."
I'm just imagining like that Minecraft sound, like when they get hurt every time, like ooh, 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 like constantly all the way down there.
Yeah, then Shakira, are you a Volcano Bay person? Have you visited?
I haven't visited yet, but I'm excited to. We were gonna probably go this summer, but probably not now.
Probably
But it looks really nice.
It is gorgeous. I must admit, we're not water park people, and we got a tour around of it last year when we were over, and it is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
It's a blast over there.
It is, Darren. I know we talked about it before. It's a shame you can't get like a half price ticket or whatever just to be able to go in and just eat and have a wander around and not necessarily go in the water and stuff, because it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and especially because even as like two people right now, you're limited on even a couple of the rides you can't even go on.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Weird.
we might see things like that happen coming up here.
Well, I know I think it was the back end of last year they gave annual pass holders like cheap tickets. I think they were doing $25 add-ons for annual pass holders, which for $25 just to go in, like you say, and have something to eat, just have a wander around, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, for the amount of people they have there now, I'm advocating for dog days at Universal. I am desperate to bring Luna there.
Is she a swimmer?
Well, no, not the
water
volcano. Yeah,
All right,
hop on the slides.
Let's see how fast you can race.
You can still chuck her in the lazy river.
Good, yeah. See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Go ride some slides.
What else? Weird that they stopped construction on the lockers at Forbidden Journey. That doesn't really make any sense.
I'm like, this doesn't look right here.
It does look weird. I hope they do something with the back side of it that backs onto the pathway that goes through into Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because they've limited the capacity so much, or they don't think it's that much of an issue? I mean, I don't know why, like you said, why they would stop it. It seems really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be because it is extremely limited now. And right now, like for the most part, I don't know about Forbidden Journey, maybe, but some of the other rides, they were just having to keep your stuff with you.
Okay.
Men in Black was one of them. And that one is usually super strict.
Yeah, but in fairness, Darren, like when we first started visiting, you used to be able to take your bags on Men in Black. Because they used to have like those mesh pouches on the front. Yeah. Those net pouches. Right. And it's only been in maybe the last 10 years that they changed it. And that ride, I don't understand why you can't. And you can take stuff on Forbidden Journey with you anyway, because there's those little pocket seat things behind you, isn't there?
Yeah. But they were like even offering, I guess, like to leave it like off to the side or whatever and then pick it up on your way out.
Yeah, obviously, because those lockers are a show anyway. At the best of times, you certainly don't want to be in there right now.
Yeah.
No.
Like that, the Gringotts, and because aren't they limiting? I think Gringotts they're limiting one person. Is it one person at a time in? Which is,
I mean, that's the only way you can get with like 6 feet separated.
I think the only other way you could do it is to separate it off down the middle and have, because it's like 2 ways round, isn't it, Gringotts? So you could have one person go around that way and then one person go around the other way. So you could at least get 2 in at once, I suppose. But
yeah,
I do wonder if the locker situation at Forbidden Journey's been a reaction to this or something they were already planning anyway.
Yeah. No way to tell now.
No. Right, let's move on a little bit. Some of that I find this incredibly annoying. But Chris, it seems like the Navigators Club's open for like normal people now.
Commoners.
Ugh. Yeah, so seemingly unannounced, Universal began letting annual pass holders dine inside of the Navigators Club last week. Now, if you don't know what the Navigators Club is, then you must be a new listener, and you have to remember, you don't speak about Navigators Club. But seriously, for those that don't, it's a private seating area upstairs from the Confisco Grill at the top of Port of Entry in Islands of Adventure, which was only available for VIPs and private groups. It's been known for people to sneak in there from time to time.
Yeah, I don't know who does that.
But now, if you are an annual pass holder, you can dine inside the previously unobtainable private area. Now, albeit from the same menu that people downstairs inside the Confisco Grill will be ordering from, but still. It is available as a walk-up or a reservation. We are unsure as to how long this will actually be available. You can use Zomato.com to book a Confisco reservation, and note in the comments that you are a UUOP.
Are they the only ones using Zomato anymore?
I don't even know what it is, if I'm honest.
I have no idea what Zomato is.
It was a big reservation system for restaurants all over the place, but it just kind of turned into Universal's reservation system for pass holder preview stuff and all that. That's what for mainly.
Yeah. Tom Brino went yesterday, and then Xandra in the Producers Club, she went last week as well. And it looks weird. Tracy commented on the pictures yesterday that they seem to put these weird blue and green seats in that don't really fit in with the Navigators Club. It looks a bit gaudy.
Do they still have the long table?
I don't know. How long ago was it?
People were eating?
They just had tables separated off.
Oh, because they have an outside area there,
yeah,
and then they have the one, and then the inside area that used to have just a long table.
This was the outside area.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw its little patio area out there.
Yeah.
Shakira, have you ever snuck up into the I was going to call it the Producers Club. That's where it came from, wasn't it? The Navigators Club.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have never snuck up there. You know what? I'm usually a rule follower because knowing my luck, I'd get caught and get tossed or passed for life. So
you need to go with
the
Darren.
Technicality with it is there was no rule technically because there was a gate that was open and it was just stairs. That's it. And I think at a theme park, if you don't want somebody to go there, you got to lock the door.
Exactly.
Which is very true.
The only reason we've been up there is because we were with Darren and Nina back in 2015. It's like, look, the gate's open. Come on then. And we spent about 20 minutes up there. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a great place to hang out. And if you can grab a seat on the leather couch in there, there's a picture of Steven Spielberg sitting there too. So you can sit your butt in the same spot as Spielberg's butt.
But again, it just shows how Universal look after their annual pass holders, because again, it's something they don't need to do. And it is, if you're a pass holder, you know about the Navigators Club and you know how awesome it is to be able to go up there, even if it is just to go up, not even necessarily getting to eat up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're, I don't know if they're just letting people do it standard, but if you do go up there, ask if you can go out on the bridge.
Definitely. Because
those little bridges you walk under, you can kind of go out onto those. And it's bizarre. You can stay there for a long time and nobody sees you.
Yeah, because you're not used to looking up there.
Yeah.
It's that thing, you can get some great shots from up there as well. I've seen tons of people posting on the pass holder group of pictures from taking up there, and you get a completely different view of Islands of Adventure from up there. Yes,
you can technically see every land from up there. That was one of their requirements. So
I know how much they charge for wanting to be in there as well, buggers.
Yeah.
I
was going to say, we tried to do this.
And now they're just giving it away.
Yeah.
Everyone, have at it. That's what happens when a pandemic hits. All hell breaks loose. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. Oh, man, it's not fair. It's not fair. I'd love to eat up there. The fact that I was always looking around when we were up there thinking, well, I know I shouldn't be up here, but it's cool. But you can't sort of relax because you think someone's going to come up and kick us out.
Yeah.
Whereas because you're legally allowed up there.
Yeah. There's no signs.
No, that's true. Cool. Right, let's move on. I'm not very good at segues tonight. I've got no segues at all. Shakira, we have a spew from Kevin. Would you like to read it for us, please?
Sure. Hi, UUOP crew. I'm a long-time listener, first-time correspondent.
I love it when people put that. It's cool.
Yeah. I was at Universal Orlando at the same time you were, but unfortunately my plans didn't allow me to make it to your meetup. On February 17th, I was with 3 friends and we got into the queue for Men in Black. I asked the team member at the entrance about an immigration tour, but because it was early in the day and they weren't at full staff, I was told it was possible, but not until after lunch. We decided to ride anyway, and after a cycle or two, we got into the pre-show room. Rick, the team member, had just left the room to become Agent R when my friend Lori noticed a young boy about 8 or 9 starting to panic. Somehow he had gotten separated from his family and was trying to get Rick's attention, but by this time Rick was in the middle of his MIB spiel. Lori's grandma's instincts kicked in, and she ushered the boy back out of the entrance to calm him down. After the group had been ushered out of the pre-show room, my 2 friends and I stayed behind to let Rick know what had happened. Rick immediately called his team lead, Trevor, who came almost immediately to reunite the boy with his family. Somehow, they had ended up in the gift shop at the end of the attraction, never getting in the line for the ride. Oh. Both Rick and Trevor wanted to thank us for our assistance. Really, it was all Lori, but we were happy to share in her glory. They gave us 2 express passes each and offered to backdoor us into the attraction. We accepted the passes graciously, and Trevor took us backstage towards the load area. On the way there, I casually mentioned to him that I had asked about the immigration tour. He said that it would be no problem about any friends knowing. He led us down to the area. He let us spend about 20 minutes down there exploring, taking photos, and waving at all the people who were waiting in the standby line.
Awesome.
I wanted to give kudos to Rick and Trevor and the team at Men in Black for going above and beyond, not just for us, but also for the boy who had lost his family. We did stop at guest relations on the way out of the park to let management know about the great team members they have. As a sidebar to the story, we ended up only using one of our express passes each, so we decided to give the extra pass away. We found a family the right size and offered them the passes. Just by chance, it was the young son's birthday. It was a nice end to a fantastic day at Universal Studios. Thanks for the great podcast, Kevin.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
It's a feel-good story of the day.
It really was as well, and it was a full circle story as well, because it wasn't just the team members doing a good job. They sort of paid it forward a little bit as well. That's cool.
Yes, and Agent R is pretty famous
yes.
amongst the pass holder group, and just like in general around the Universal parks. So he's a very cool guy. So I'm glad. I'm sure like guest services is like, oh, Rick again. Okay, we'll add it to the pile.
There's a
giant pile over here.
I was very pleased to fist bump him when we were there in February.
Yes, Trevor's done immigration tour for us before too.
Okay.
The supervisor guy. I remember him specifically as well. So very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I wonder how long it'll be before they start doing things like that again.
Yeah, it's scary. I've been on Men in Black enough to like know like half the people that work there now.
Yeah, especially like even now, those team members deserve an absolute medal for what they're doing right now.
Definitely.
But if you've had a story similar that a team member's gone out of the way to make your day better or resolve a bad situation, let us know and send it in to us at podcast@UUOpodcast.com. Title it SPEW, that is the Society for the Promotion of Employee Well-Dones, the longest title in the world ever. And we will share them on the show because we love reading them out, to be quite honest. It's awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Right, we will take a quick break to hear from the Mouse Muggle Overlords, and then we will be back.
Have you taken a stroll down Diagon Alley and visited Gringotts Bank? Taken a ride through New York with Jimmy Fallon? Visited the Truffalo Trees in Seuss Landing or hung out with a real-life Transformer? No? Then what are you waiting for? At Universal Orlando Resort, there truly is an option for everyone. Or if you're leaning a little more towards pixie dust rather than wands and potions, Disney destinations around the globe await your arrival. No matter the adventure, our sponsors have you covered. Be sure to let the experts at Mouse Muggle Travel Company take care of all your travel needs, earning the distinction of being an earmarked agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as becoming one of the first to be named a You Preferred agency with Universal Parks and Resorts Vacations. Mouse Muggle Travel Company will ensure you receive top-rated customer service. Just visit mouseandmuggle.com to fill out a no-obligation quote request or send your request to info@mouseandmuggle.com. Their team can take care of you no matter where in the world you want to go. With a flick of their wand and a little bit of pixie dust, the process will be so seamless, some might even say it's simply magical.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to episode 411 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. We haven't had one of these for a while, but Chris, are you ready? It is time for a Which Lou Gets Your Poo.
Woohoo!
Hey UUOP, this is Grace from South Carolina, and I'm here with my friends in Diagon Alley to cast our vote for Which Lou Gets Your Poo. Clearly the correct answer is the Diagon Alley bathrooms, which we fondly refer to as the cinnamon bathroom. The cinnamon smell in there is so delightful that last year when we got home from our trip, we all got scented candles for our own bathrooms to remind us of the experience. And I think that means that must be the best bathroom there is. Thanks for your work. Love the show. Bye. Bye.
Another Producers Club member, actually, Grace. A relatively new one. I don't know whether I've ever even been into those bathrooms, to be honest.
Yeah, I try to refrain from smelling, particularly inside the restrooms there.
What? I just walk in, just do a big.
Now people are going to. They're going to be like, "Oh, the cinnamon," and then they're going to go in there and be like, and she's going to be like, "Ha ha." And then next week we're going to play the follow up. She's like, "Just kidding, suckers."
I think we've had, let me have a look. We've only had 2, 4, 6 votes at this point. We have a winner at the moment, but it's only had 2. It's been quite spread out. But now the parks are open. People, we need more. Recorded live at the parks. Inside a cubicle would be even funnier.
With video.
I think that's going a little bit beyond where we need to go, Chris.
Actually.
But the same as
Open
you're sending...
your imagination.
The same as sending your SPEWs in, all you have to do, like Grace did, pull out your phone, record as a little message letting us know which your favourite Universal Studios Florida or Islands of Adventure bathroom is and why, and send it to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And obviously, because the parks have been shut for like 3 months, we were going to keep this running. Normally we do it to the end of the year, but I think we'll run it till sort of March next year. So get your messages in.
Yeah. You can also hit
Get
up Chris on
creative. Get
Google
creative with
Duo.
Yeah, you can do a duet me on TikTok with the bathroom. You can do everything. You're reviewing a bathroom, so remember, there's nothing that's ridiculous.
Just find his bathroom video and do it that one.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Right, Darren, it's that time of year again, kind of. We have discussed what the hell is going on as far as Horror Nights. We still don't know, but there's been some things happening.
Yeah, so we are still unaware as to whether Halloween Horror Nights 30 will actually happen or not, because Universal is doing their usual refraining from commenting. I guess setting this precedent really helps them out at this time.
Yes.
Because then they're like, no, it's just what we do, man. I don't know. But yeah, no, we don't know, because they don't know. They're working towards it. Everything that I've heard says that they're trying to make it happen in the best they can. So a few things have popped up that suggest things are moving forward as well publicly, and that's some ticket packages. So the AP hotel and ticket package includes like one-night hotel accommodations, Horror Nights Flex plus 1 night free. So 2 nights then, I guess. Weird way of saying it. Valid for bookings now through July 22nd. And for use on any 2 nights, September 10th through November 1st. And there are blockout dates on there that you have to look up. I think there's like 3 or 4 this year. And it's weird because they're all like Fridays. And then the rest of the weekend is not a blockout. So
I think Fridays have become the busy night though, haven't they?
Yeah. But kind of tough to schedule your, holiday or use that as your option.
Yeah.
But you also get a commemorative pass holder Halloween Horror Nights 2020 pin, and guests can also enhance their package with a non-private RIP tour and the Unmasking the Horror tour. So they're still going to be doing that apparently.
Yeah, they're only available for pass. You can't book them like as a random person. They're only as if you book that. You can only add them on if you book that pass holder package.
Mm-hmm. The non-private RIP tour thing is interesting to me. That they're still doing that, because how do you socially distance your non-private RIP tour group and keep them together? Anyways, this package charges $65 per night per person based on a family of 4. And then also on the website, a new CDC pop-up came up that said that Universal will continue to follow CDC guidelines and recommendations of local health and safety officials for its operation of Halloween Horror Nights this fall. More details will be shared closer to the event's debut. And then over at Fear Factor, freaked everybody out for a little while and then freaked them out even more at this point now, because reports were showing that there was the big Fear Factor Live sign was covered, and there were signs out front stating fear is not a factor for us. Fear Factor Live will have no shows today as we prepare for Halloween Horror Nights. So those popped up there, and then that area has already been closed off. They haven't been doing any shows since the park reopened anyways. Okay. But they are using that as one of those rest areas where you can take your mask off at a table. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like out front, not in the actual theater, but like where you normally wait for the show.
Right.
Yeah, they have a bunch of tables and stuff set up out there. Yeah. And then the next day, that sign was taken away, and then like a general sign just came up and said that Fear Factor will not be showing, and the sign's still covered up like it normally is.
That's really weird. Like for them not to mention anything about Horror Nights and then put a sign out saying that Fear Factor's not showing today because of Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah. And reports that I heard back were like, the only 2 things that it could have been is like somebody accidentally put the wrong sign out or it like legal stepped in and said, hey, you can't have that sign out there.
Yeah, because you're then hinting at something we haven't. They say they haven't announced it. They still kind of have.
By offering.
Well, no, by packages, the fact that the website's up there with all the dates on it. I told you, the frequent fear tickets, we have been able to buy in the UK since February or March.
Yeah.
So you have to book like a 4-week trip. You come over here, you got to quarantine for 2.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I need to book a 6-week trip because then if I quarantine there, then I have to quarantine when I come back as well.
Yes.
Now, Shakira, I know
we go for a weekend for 6 weeks.
We talked offline a little bit. You haven't been to Horror Nights before, but this would have been your first year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is I have like younger kids, so it never made sense, but we were actually going to do like a parents only weekend. And I was like, oh, that'd be great. It's their 30th anniversary. It sounds fun. And we've done other like, horror type of things in the past, but we're in New Jersey, so the same thing. We'd have to quarantine there and have to quarantine at home. And I'm working from home, so that's fine. But my husband can't quarantine, and I'm not quarantining in Florida, so it's just not going to work out unless something changes.
Let's not get into that conversation right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing, of course, with Fear Factor stage closing, the rumors, of course, you immediately think of Academy of Villains going in there, but like at this point, like if Farside's not in Orlando right now getting ready to do it, like setting things up and talking to them about the event, then there's no way, there's not enough time. They have their backups and auxiliary dancers that come from the Orlando area. They would have to get their own crew set up and find out which people would be willing to go there, because the sentiment outside of Florida is not quite the same as the sentiment inside of Florida expressed by vloggers.
Yes.
People aren't really willing to come here and hang out right now, and it's understandable for sure. And in fact, I don't recommend it personally. So
no, it's yeah. I mean, know how much
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, you know how much I want it to be over there this year, and it's. I think we've talked about it enough at home that it's just not worth it. Friends have said those. It's like you come over here for a vacation, and when you go to those theme parks, it's not a vacation because it's an escape from the real world. But the fact is, the real world's still impacting the theme park, so it's not a break from it as such anymore. You're still aware of the outside world, which is what it's supposed to be the exact opposite of.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really wasn't hearing the notes or anything, but just quickly, Nina and I did run down to Universal.
Yeah. Go.
We did a quick run through, and I will say that like it's not that Universal is not doing everything they can to keep it as clean and safe as possible as you can in this kind of situation. It's just that like the world doesn't work in such a way and not everyone is considerate in the same way.
Yeah.
To the point where I personally felt comfortable being there. In particular, I felt okay outside in the parks, just walking around the outside areas. I did not feel comfortable going on any rides, so we didn't. Inside, even like the shops, we were in and out of one of the shops. So we did the rest of our because that was the main reason for going, is to get our retro merch all together because we had to.
That's how much Darren loves it. That's how much Darren loves his retro merch that he's prepared to risk his life for it.
Yeah, we were there. We were there a little after opening so that we didn't have like the crazy opening crowd or anything. Well, that's what we shot for. We actually got there a little before and they were just letting people in. So that was nice. They weren't like making a hold up for no reason. And you could just kind of go in the first areas and then they just had a couple of streets blocked off and until the park officially opened. But yeah, and then the only shops that we went in, they were giving the pins out outside of the pass holder lounge.
That's good.
So where you normally go to check in, you could just get your pin right there and take off. So we did that.
Which one did you get, Darren? Did you get the Bourne one or the one before?
Yes, the Bourne one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know. I want that one. They're cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And then we went into the film vault because that's they had like a couple of the other bits of merch there that I wanted to get. So like that was the one place we were in that was inside a place, and it was literally right when it opened. I think we were the only people that had been in there so far that day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The crowds are very, very low. I'm not saying that to entice you to go there though.
No.
Again, I'm saying I don't recommend it. I didn't have a fun time.
I think Darren, we've talked about it a ton at this point, and it basically comes down to how you are and going in preparing that you know what it's going to be when you get there. And I think they're the two biggest things. It's if you're not comfortable, then don't go. It's entirely up to you. But if you are, just be aware of the world we are in right now.
And be aware of your own personal situations and whether you're going to safely be able to stay home for a little while afterwards.
Yes.
Make sure you don't expose anybody else to what you did, because the more people that start going to the parks, the less people are going to start, keep following these rules, because people are getting tired of it already.
Yeah.
There were people pulling their masks down, and not just guests, I'll say. So there's some people that just don't take it seriously. So you're going to run that risk, and indoor areas seem to be the worst there. So we didn't eat there or anything like that. And we just kind of got our merch and walked around the parks to see how everything was. And then we took off. So,
yeah.
Well, Lee, to your point too, we've been to Universal several times, but the last time we went, my kids were too young to remember. So we were planning on taking them this year because they're now old enough to get on most of the rides. Like, they're tall enough. And I don't want their first memory of Universal to be this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was so looking forward to them finally being tall enough to get on a lot of the things and do all the stuff. And my daughter's a huge Harry Potter fan. She watches the movies all the time. But like, there's a little bit of the magic that's lost when you're in this situation. And I completely understand that Universal has to do what they have to do. And I'm happy that they are doing everything they can. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I just feel like this is not necessarily the first impression I want them to have.
No, that's true.
So I think there's that consideration too. If you go all the time, then it's okay. But if you don't go all the time, I don't know that this is, the memory you want to make necessarily.
Well, that goes back perfectly to what Michelle said 2 weeks ago. As a travel agent, even she's not recommending. If you've been before and then you know what to expect, that's fine. But as a first timer, just don't.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know whether I would want this we're not even coming over as it is, and we know the parks, like the back of our hands at this point, and even we're not prepared to go. I think it's more Tracy than me. I think my tolerance level for it's a little different to hers, but she's it's different for us as well, because it's more, I think she's more concerned about actually getting there than being there. It's the flight, it's the airport that she's more concerned about. I think being in the parks themselves, I think you're kind of in that little bubble there doing as much as they can to keep you as safe as possible. But it's when you step outside of that then you're kind of at the mercy of everything else at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bad when you want to talk about the theme parks you love so much and you have to be not negative, just it's kind of like,
Yeah.
The state of our nation.
It is, because like you look, haven't Disney, is it Shanghai Disneyland that have just announced they're closing again because they've had like 56 cases or something?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, was it?
Yeah.
56 cases.
Meanwhile, Florida just peaked at 15,500 this Saturday, and they opened 2 more parks in Disney.
Yep. 12,000 new ones today too. So
I will say one thing from watching. We've watched a lot of the vlogs. Tim Tracker, Prince Charming, Dev, Vincent Vision, that type of thing of all the theme parks opening in Orlando. And it seems to be, from what I can see, that Universal are doing the best job out of them. And I'm not saying that as a massive Universal fan and being down on all the rest of them, but from what I'm seeing, SeaWorld seems to be a bit of a mess. People just aren't wearing masks at all, just doing what the hell they like.
Busch Gardens, yeah, they lick your face when you go in. That's a security measure.
Oh man, Darren, that's your home park.
Oh, it's a disaster. Oh my god.
And then even Disney seems to be like, it's weird. I can't remember. There was one thing specifically I was going to bring up, and it's gone out of my head now.
Well, it's at Disney, from what I've seen, it's just like certain guests. You're always going to have that like Disney entitlement. We've talked about it before. It just kind of happens over there a little bit more than you see at Universal, I think, for sure. And then they had like an issue at the gates on the first day, and the people with their passes on their phone weren't scanning, and they had to go get physical passes. So they had this line for guest services. And then they had people getting on and off the monorails, like having to go past that line. So like everybody, it was like 3 lanes going through this little tiny way. Yeah, there was no distancing at all.
Yeah, I think what we noticed, we were watching, I think it was Tim Tracker's, and I think he commented on the fact that he didn't see, like, he saw a ton more team members at Universal cleaning just like railings and just trash cans and that type of thing just around the park in general than he did at Disney. And we noticed when he went to ride Big Thunder Mountain that like the train pulled up, there was people in the row he was getting into, they got out and he got straight in. So there was no sanitization. Is that even a word? They didn't clean the thing down before he got in. So he got straight in after someone else had immediately got out, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, I think they're only doing it every 2 hours at Disney.
See, that doesn't make
rides
sense.
that are Omni Movers, like Haunted Mansion, that kind of thing, they'll pause the ride, clean it like every 2 hours, and then it goes again. So you're not going to get that sanitation, in between every time.
That seems a bit odd. Like 2 hours is a long time, and I know the parks are quiet, but like, if you get a particularly popular attraction, you could get a lot of people still going through that attraction, and it's only getting sanitized every 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Universal are doing as far as like in between rides, in fairness. I should do. I've spoken to enough people at this point, but I don't know. It just seems
everything
weird.
that I've heard, it's been like in between each ride, but it also seems like all their rides are kind of more set up to do that too.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Because like you said, the Omni Mover systems and stuff, they're set to just keep going unless there's an issue.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they can't just shut them off as easy.
Yeah, it's not something you can just like on, off, on, off, on, off. The thing's going to like fall apart. I'm sure.
Yeah, because I was thinking about Rip Ride Rocket, because Rip Ride Rocket's virtually the same, isn't it? That, well, and Forbidden Journey, I suppose. There's effectively the same kind of system.
They can be.
And Hagrid.
I really hope Forbidden Journey's getting sprayed down, because that thing, you just like sit in a box. That's
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know Tim Tracker complained. He said he didn't see many like hand sanitizer stations around Universal yet. There was a ton at Disney. I think they're both doing things.
Saw a lot.
Really, at Universal, that's good. Because he said,
Yeah.
I don't know whether he said it, because he said it might have been because it had been pouring and they pulled them in, but that's good. Yeah, it's... I understand why they want to be open. And I think it's a tough position to be in for any business at this point, because companies only have, the pockets are only so deep. So I do understand, but it's a situation I wouldn't want to be in. It's tough.
And it kind of falls on the governor and the state government. And the government in general, because they have to be able and willing to support the folks by having a system in place, to have all these people taken care of and the businesses taken care of, which we could do, but we have not. So
yeah,
right.
So then we got to go to work and do what we got to do.
That's
so
it.
Don't take it out on team members, cast members.
No, not at all.
That. It's not up to them. It's not up to the managers. It's not up to anybody there. It's up to people at the very highest levels of everything. So
yeah.
Treat them to the governor. That's the best place you can do.
Hey, let's be honest.
Ron DeSantis know how you feel.
We have said it a million times before. Being a cast member at Disney, being a team member at Universal is not easy on the best day. I cannot imagine what it's like right now.
No.
Yeah.
So we know plenty of them, so be nice to them, because they're lovely people.
Yeah. It's not going to be like it normally is. Be nice.
No, exactly.
Take what you get.
Cool. Right. As morbid as we finished this up, I think we seem that's every show now. Every new show it kind of gets to this point, because it is what it is, isn't it, really? Mm-hmm. But that will do it for another episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Shakira, thank you for stepping into Tracy's shoes.
I appreciated it. It was fun.
We will wrap up the show with another Universal Is, and Shakira has volunteered. If Tracy was here, she'd be saying, no, be honest, you bullied her into it. I didn't, I just asked. If you want to be involved, all you got to do is drop us an email to podcast@uopodcast.com, letting us know what you think Universal is in 3 words or less, and I will pass it over to Shakira to tell us what hers is.
Universal is great childhood memories.
Oh, that's a new one. We haven't had that one. See you next week, guys.
Guess that wraps things up for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. You guys did all right. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Listen and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere podcasts are found. You can find our blog at uuopodcast.com. Send us your spews, which Lou gets your poo recordings, questions, or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Check out our friends the Theme Park Duo and our awesome sponsors Mouse and Muggle Travel Company. So, until next time, don't give up your day job, say cheese, and see you later.